In Syria, more than 2,000 civilians have reportedly been evacuated from the last stronghold of the Islamic State militant group. However, many are still being held inside the village of Baghouz. Well, the U.S.-backed Syrian Democratic Forces, or SDF, which is carrying out the evacuation, said it would attack the remaining militants once the process was complete. Meanwhile, the SDF revealed it also handed over more than 150 ISIL fighters to Iraq under a special agreement. Allah Ibrahim has more from Damascus.
Fighting in the small town of Baghouz in Deir ez-Zor province, northeast of Syria, continued on Wednesday evening, hours after trucks carrying civilians out of the small enclave were seen leaving the area. The town and its surrounding villages are considered to be the last stronghold for ISIL in eastern Syria, though the group still controls two small pockets southeast of the country. The trucks that left on Wednesday were supposed to carry 200 families out of Baghouz and the surrounding villages. But according to local sources, the evacuation also included ISIL fighters. But the mainly Kurdish militias, known as the Syrian Democratic Forces, the SDF, that is spearheading the attack on the ground, at least against ISIL in Baghouz, refused to comment on these reports, denying that any ISIL fighters will be permitted to leave Baghouz unless they surrender. In the past few days, it is believed that nearly 20,000 civilians have left Baghouz and the surrounding villages. But according to local aid sources who spoke with CGTN, there could be as many as 300 ISIL fighters along with their families still inside the enclave. The SDF refuses to comment on how many fighters are still inside and whether they will be allowed to leave. Back in 2017, the SDF struck a deal with ISIL fighters in Raqqa city, the unofficial capital of the group in Syria, allowing around 250 ISIL fighters with their families a safe way out of Raqqa before the city fell back then in the hands of U.S. coalition forces. Allah Ibrahim, CGTN, Damascus.